Sup YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Omar and welcome back to another video. Now guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Omar Richards Jr. Yo, I do movie reviews and I play video games. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Now let's get to the review. Now today guys, I saw the Crow remake. I'm gonna call it a remake because that's what the fuck it is. It's a remake. But I just want to say, before I say anything, the Brandon Lee original Crow will always be the best iteration of the Crow. Not the Crow 2, not the Crow 3, not the Crow 4, or not the Crow TV show, even though I think that's okay, but this is always going to be the definitive Crow. So now that I said that, the remake of the Crow, let's just judge it for how it is. Because I've been seeing a lot of negative reviews and a lot of okay reviews, so I wanted to state my opinion. So I finally sat there and watched the movie. I was eating my popcorn, I'm just thinking to myself, it wasn't that bad. but let me just say, it's not, by all means, it's not a great movie, nor it's not a bad movie. It's right in the heater, in the middle. It's just right in the middle for me. I give it a 5 out of 10 overall. But now I'm going to explain my gripes, what I liked about the movie. So let's just start off what I thought was very positive about the movie. I thought the acting was very good. I thought Bill Skarsgård as Eric Draven was really good. I liked FK Twigs, even though she's like a new actor. I never really heard of her. I don't listen to her music, so just me seeing her as Shelly, I was like, she wasn't that bad. The villain, I thought wasn't that bad. I thought overall the acting wasn't that bad. I thought all the Crow stuff, I liked the action, I liked the fighting, I liked the killing, I liked everything about the gruesomeness about the Crow when it comes to this movie. Now, when it comes to the negative, okay. The negative with this movie, I'm going to say, is the pacing. The pacing is very, very long and drawn out. By the time the Crow stuff starts happening, you're already looking at your watch and you're like, yo, this movie's an hour and 59 minutes. Almost roughly 2 hour, a 2 hour movie. And I'm like, we're an hour into this movie and nothing is happening. Granted, when you watch this one, you don't really get to see how Eric and Shelly formed, even though you get it from the people talking about Eric and Shelly, talking about, oh my god, they loved each other, oh man, it's tragic what happened to them, and I'm like, oh shit, like, they must have really, really loved each other. And then they have, you know, certain flashback sequence of Eric and Shelly in the original one to let you know, like, oh no, they really, really liked each other. Oh no, they loved each other in this one. But in the remake, you kind of just see two drugged up motherfuckers who just kind of go, yo, let's just get high and let's just love each other until the drugs wear off. It was that, I felt like it was that type of energy. And I was like, you know, I grant it. Like no, not granted. I get it. I get it. Like, they liked each other a lot. And it was kind of like love at first sight type of energy. You know, I get it. I get it. If you like that stuff, I get it. Stuff like that does happen. But in the context of this movie, I just felt like everything happened too fast. And there was a sequence in the movie that showed Eric getting a tattoo of Shelly's name. And then I was watching the movie like, when the fuck did they do this shit? Because I was like, I was here from the beginning and I was here to the end. I don't know where the fuck this shit happened. But it must have happened in between one of the segments of the movie that this motherfucker got a tattoo of Shelly. When? Don't know. But, hey, granted, it's for plot purposes. But when I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, I said, okay, if this wasn't here, I felt like if the movie just started off with Eric and Shelly, you know, already madly in love, and then they're just at a party, and then, like, within the party of them going into them dying, I felt like that would have been a little bit like, oh shit, like, the fuck just happened type of energy. I felt like that would have been a cold start. And then eventually, as the movie progresses, you get the flashbacks of them meeting in rehab, the flashbacks of them tattooing the name on him, and also them just like in love. Like, I felt like that would have been a better paced movie. What we got was a mediocre Crow movie. Now, if I'm going to say, is it better than Crow 2, 3, and 4? Abso-fucking-lutely. I say so, that I think this Crow movie is better than Crow 2, 3, and 4. Is it as good as this one? This one? No. But if I'm ever going to say to someone, hey, you want to watch The Crow? I wouldn't mind putting this on for somebody. I would have been like, you know what? Watch this one. Now, if they were like, I want to watch the remake's not too bad. everybody online who's like a diehard fan of The Crow, and they're like, "Fuck this movie! This movie fucking sucks." I can see that, but someone like me who likes The Crow, I'm not a diehard fan of The Crow, but someone who was like, let me see what this movie is. As a movie, how is this movie? It's okay. Wasn't the best, wasn't the greatest. It was okay. I do think that this should have been written differently. Because truthfully, this movie had a lot of good things going for it and a lot of things that was kind of making it go down. So that's why I said it was like, oh, the action in him getting his revenge story was really good. But then again, it's like the writing is just going like this. And then before you know it, you're like stuck in the middle. Then it's just like, oh. It's just like especially the ending. The ending was kind of like left for Eric to be alive. I'm sorry for those of you guys who want to watch it, but I'm from the original. Like the original shows that once he fulfills and rights his wrong, he goes away. He goes back to the land of the dead. This one toyed with it, kind of going like, okay, Shelly's alive, Eric's undead, but he's dead, but his spirit is in the realm of the undead. So technically, did he become death himself? Because there was another character in there that I thought was kind of like an angel, but then after a while, I was like, no, he might be death. And then eventually, I think he was death. Like, if you ask me, I think this character was death. And I think death kind of brought back Shelly, but then again, Eric took his spot. That's how I interpret the movie at the end, because and the ending kind of gave me like, well, what the fuck? Because I felt like this movie should have just been closed right then. Eric saved Shelly, and then, or a matter of fact, it could have been like Eric saved Shelly, therefore them two get to pass over. He got to save her, she and everything, so therefore they go to heaven together. Was this one. That's pretty much how all the Crow movies are, and so it's kind of just like, okay, they get to pass over. This one was more of like he's dead, then he's undead, then he's more undead, and now she's alive. Huh? I didn't mind all the other stuff in between. Like, I didn't mind all the revenge stuff, but then again, I felt like some of the people in the movie could have been a little bit more presence. Like, the dude who killed him, it was like some black guy with a missing eye. That could have been a whole situation going on. I'm going to show you how this motherfucker did it. This motherfucker, like, this, pretend this is him. He goes like this. I don't know how he kills him. He goes like this. Yeah, you're dead. Bam! I was like, what? That's how you kill the guy who killed you? And then the guy who killed Shelly, I was kind of like, okay, that's where this motherfucker is going to like get his revenge. And he does get his revenge. He does. That nigga filthy. But I felt like there should have been more to this movie. Like, it was a very mediocre movie. I felt like it should have been more. Bill Skarsgård was good. Now there's gonna be a lot of people going like, yo, this movie fucking sucks. This movie's fucking trash. It's not that bad. Now, if you're a die-hard Crow fan, I can see why you wouldn't like this movie. But if you're like an average-going movie fan, I feel like it would have been like, you're just kind of just sitting there like, it's okay. Like, all that love story stuff could have, I'm telling you, like, it could have been like done quickly. And the fact that they lingered on Shelly for like the beginning of the movie, which was nothing wrong with that, but it just felt like I would have. The way how the movie was constructing it made it seem like Shelly should have been the Crow. Like, all honesty, like the way how it showed up, and then when Eric came in, and it was like, oh, like this is her lover, and then all of a sudden when they die, you're just kind of like, oh, so now it's him. Now he's gonna avenge their deaths, which it's just like, okay, like it's just like it's like a big just like, okay, just like you're just here for the ride, and you're just kind of just sitting there like, okay. That's the best way I can describe this movie. It's just like a big shrug shoulder movie. Like, I didn't walk away from this movie going like, that shit was trash. I walked away saying it could have been better, and things I did like about this movie, and it gave me kind of an idea of like what can the other Crow movies with like Jason Momoa, Bradley Cooper, Tom Hiddleston, like what would those movies been like if these guys have done this one. Like, Bill Skarsgård, I think, did a good job as Eric. For what this movie had to show, I think he did okay. Now, if this movie was written and directed differently, I think this movie would have been 10 times better. 10 times better. But I just have to say that this movie was just a big... Like, I feel like if anyone were to watch this movie, I feel like, I'm sorry, like, don't waste your money on this. And if you really want to watch the Crow movie, watch the original. Like, I think the original, like, in hindsight is better. Like, Brandon Lee will always be the best Crow. Bill Skarsgård, I would say he's second best at this point. Because, okay, this is my ratings for the Crow. If someone was gonna make me blind rank the Crow movies right this second, so I'm making myself rank it, I would say Crow 1, the remake, Crow 2, Crow 3, and Crow 4. Like, there is, like, Crow 4 is the worst. People want to say this one's the worst? No. This is not even the worst Crow movie. So I would say watch Crow 1, and then I would say watch Crow the remake, if anything. Like, because this movie is just... okay, I like the action, I like the acting, I liked the take on the Crow when it actually was telling stuff about the Crow, even though I wish there was more to elaborate on. Like, can we talk about what's happening over here? Oh no, you're gonna move away from that. Okay, can we go back to over here? Oh no, you're moving away from that. Okay, okay, so we could go back over here. Okay, you can explain that. Okay, so they explain that, but then why is he like that? It's never really explained. Like, I just said the movie just ended with a lot of unanswered questions, which is supposed to be gearing up for the sequel. Now, this is how I would have wrote the kind of this new Crow. I would have said it's a whole new character. I would have said this happened. Let this man be him. Eric's story is told. I would have just said this is Eric Draven. Now, who Bill Skarsgård is playing, I would have made him a whole different character, like they did with like what they did with Crow 2, 3, and 4. I would have said have a whole new character become the Crow. But if you guys ask me, it's a big old 5 out of 10. It's just right in the middle. It wasn't great and it wasn't bad. I walked out the movie going like, would I watch it again? Probably in a few years. But it's just not like, I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck this movie. I'm going to be like, all right. I can see my mom watching this movie and being like, it's all right. Like, that's how I gauge it. My parents are like average going movie people. I could see her watching this movie and being like, it's all right. Like, am I going to pick this movie up again? No. Do I know what the Crow is? Oh, yeah, I remember the Crow was that dude who got killed and he had to avenge his girlfriend. I remember that. It would be like that if someone were to watch this remake. But nonetheless, guys, let me know if you guys would like The Crow. I thought it was just an okay movie. Still say the original is better, so if you're gonna ask me, I still say watch the wow. If you guys ask me, I would still say watch the original. The original is better. I think Brandon Lee is still the GOAT, so this one is still the best. If you guys end up watching the remake, I can see this working for somebody, and I can also see this movie not working for somebody. But nonetheless, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys saw The Crow, or if you plan on seeing The Crow. If you ask me, I just say wait for streaming, because I don't think this movie is movie theater appropriate, because I feel like you're gonna waste your money. You're gonna walk out that movie being like, So I would say just wait for streaming, and then when it hops on Netflix, Peacock, or wherever the fuck it comes on, you'll be like, oh, okay, I remember. Okay, this movie is okay. As best as I can explain it. But like always, guys, if you'd like what you see, if you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and like always, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.